What's going on, guys? So as you can see, I have here a brand new gun. Unfortunately, when I bought it, I didn't get it with any packaging or box or anything. What you see is basically what you get. I did get the extended magazine. It is clear and there's nothing in the chamber, so it is a safe firearm. But anyways, back to the gun. This is a Sig Sauer P290 RS. So basically the RS, I believe it stands for Restrike, and that's basically because this is an updated version of the regular P290, which is just commonly referred to as just the P290. The RS has the double strike capabilities, which the original did not. So that is an improvement from the previous model, which I believe only lasted for 1 year. I believe it was in 2011 that it came out. Then it got updated in 2012 to this model, which is the RS again, and it only lasted for a couple of years because I think they discontinued it, if I'm not mistaken, in 2015. Which, of course, you guys already have probably already heard that this gun was going to be replaced and is being replaced by the Sig Sauer P290, which is a firearm that I am actually looking forward to getting. It actually looks really nice. Nothing against this pistol either, because this looks really nice. As you can see, it says Sig Sauer right there. Made in Exeter, New Hampshire. Of course, the slide serrations. I kind of wish there was something in the front because I do pressure check every once in a while, but as you can see, it's still doable. The trigger is probably the biggest downfall of this pistol. It is really long, really heavy, and then it just breaks kind of awkwardly at the very end. As you can see, it is a hammer fired, so it is pretty tough to pull the trigger. One of the positives, though, of course, it does have metal sights. These are not night sights, but they work just fine nonetheless. But either way, it's still a fantastic firearm. I believe this holds, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this holds 7 rounds, as you saw right there. It is a pretty decent little pistol. When you hold it, it is very small. As you can see, this is my hand. It's not very big as it is, and it's pretty much the same. It's even smaller if it had the flush fit magazine, but again, I don't have it. I do plan on getting it because I do plan on pocket carrying this gun. This gun does have interchangeable backstrap. I mean, not backstraps, but the grips or whatever right here. I don't know if you can see, but there's this little like pin that holds this in place, and if you push it out, this just literally slides off. You can actually see the creases right there, where it literally just slides off. Both sides do the same thing, and you can just switch out the grips. It is a pretty cool little design, and you don't normally see interchangeable grips or back straps or anything like that on guns that are this small, generally because they try to save as much room as possible to fit the magazine and nothing else. That way it can fit as close to your body as possible, or in your pocket, or in your ankle, wherever you decide to hold to carry little guns like this. The gun itself weighs, with a flush fit magazine, 16.4 ounces, so it's a decent weight. It's not too heavy, it's not too light either. It's somewhere in the middle. It's a pretty good little gun, I must say, in terms of weight. I do notice it in my pocket, though, because of the weight. It does pull my pants down just a tad bit. I don't have a holster, and when I had it in my pocket, it was not loaded. It did not have any ammunition or nothing like that, so it's probably going to be a little bit heavier with a loaded magazine in my pocket. So that's something to keep to take into consideration before you go off looking for this. I did mention, though, this gun is discontinued, so the availability is getting a little bit scarce and harder to find. I did, luck out, just go to a little gun shop or whatever. They just had it on sale. Obviously, it's pre-owned, clearly, and I must say I got a pretty decent one because it is in pretty good shape. There's no real damage to it or nothing. You can tell that the previous owner shot it maybe a handful of times, if that, and called it a day. So, like I was saying, though, it does weigh 16.4 ounces, and the length of it is a total of 5.5 inches. So it is pretty small. 5 inches, I mean, that is pretty small. It's not big at all. The barrel length is 2.9 inches, so it's a tiny little barrel for a tiny gun. What do you want me to say about that? The width is 0.91 inches in its thickest place, which is right here where you see the slide stop or slide release or whatever you want to call it. And the height is actually, obviously, with a flush, fit magazine, it is 3.9 inches. So again, it's a very small, tiny, and compact gun, very thin. And I think it's a perfect little gun for pocket carrying or something like that. But if I'm 100% honest, I'm a huge Sig fan and everything like that. I love Sigs. It's probably my favorite gun manufacturer. They're very elegant, beautiful guns, fun to shoot, and all of that stuff. But if I was going to choose a pocket carry, I probably wouldn't go with this. I'd probably go with the 938 or something like that, where it's about the same size, but a little bit, I believe it's a little bit lighter. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, that gun, I think, in my opinion, is a little bit better overall. But with that being said, this is a hammer-fired pistol, and this is a double action only gun. And again, because it's the restrike, you do have, has double strike capability, so you can keep on doing it, keep on pulling the trigger, and it'll always keep, slamming the hammer forward. If you have like a bad primer or something like that, it's always good to have a second strike capabilities, because before, with the regular P290, not the RS model, you didn't have double strike capability. So basically, if you did have, say, a bad primer, for example, and it didn't originally go off on the first round, instead of having a double strike capabilities, you would have to literally rack the round, eject the round, and then put in a new round into the chamber. Personally, I think it's a great little pistol. It feels kind of blocky, but when you start shooting, you don't really notice it too much. But it doesn't really bother me too much, again, because this is meant to stay as close to your body as possible. So overall, it is not a perfect gun by far, by any means, I should say, but it's not a great gun by any means, but it's not a bad gun either. This gun, I would put it somewhere in limbo, somewhere between the two. Of course, if I had to choose, I'd probably go with the 938 for pocket carry, but I do like to collect SIGs, so this is definitely a plus in my personal opinion. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.